Hi, welcome. I'm glad you're here. My name is Julie. I am the creator of this channel. It's called Sassy Senior CEO, but really what I'm going to be talking about is life beyond age 50 and how to simplify and thrive. And that means a lot of different things to us. As we get older, we start to refine what is really important to us, what we really hold, what holds value for us, what we want as we continue to move through the rest of our life. And I it's been an interesting few years because I worked for 30 plus years in child protective services. And when I left that job and retired with a small pension, still getting used to it, but I retired right as the pandemic hit. And so during these past going on 5 years now, I have done a lot of really deep sort of introspection and reassessment and evaluation. And I'm not sure if you can hear that, but my dog is laying over here beside me and she's chewing on a bone. Every time I get on a video call or I start to film something, she starts to chew on a noisy toy. I mean, dogs are just like kids, right? They're very much like children. Anyway, but so I have learned so much in the last 5 years, not only about myself, but about how to move into this phase of our life, because it is so, if you've always worked for someone else, and let me tell you, I've worked since I was 12 years old. I started babysitting when I was 12 years old. Hello to all the Gen X girls who started babysitting a bunch of kids way too young. Hands up, right? So I started babysitting when I was 12. I always took care of multiple kids and little bitty tiny infants. Good grief, what were those parents thinking? They needed a night out, I guess. And then at age 16, started working for the local chain fast food place that was in my town. The one that did the birthday parties. You know which one I mean. Anyway, so I've worked since then. I worked when I was in college. I worked part of the time I was in college, in my junior and senior years of college, I worked in the detox unit of a drug treatment center. Midnight shift. Wasn't that interesting? Wow. And so anyway, but having always worked for someone else, moving into like retirement has been super interesting, because what do you do when you go from your days being managed and scheduled for you to now doing your own thing all the time? It's been interesting, and especially as I have come to learn that I have ADHD, and part of that means that I have trouble with executive function, and that means scheduling. Like, schedules are a challenge for me when I'm just left to my own devices. If you have all day to vacuum a room, you fill up your day and you somehow get to the end of the day and you're like, oh, I never did get to that vacuuming. Oh, well, I guess I have tomorrow. Anyway, it's been a very enlightening few years for me. But what I really want to use this channel to talk about is not only things that I've learned that I hope can help you maybe avoid some of the things that I have done that have not been super beneficial, or to do what I have done that has been helpful. And part of that is talking about how to simplify and thrive. I think that, I saw a quote that said something like, your life has three parts. One is wanting all the stuff, two is getting all the stuff, and three is getting rid of all the stuff. And I am in the getting rid of the stuff phase. And I want to share about that process, about how we're decluttering, what we're going to do if we have considered moving abroad for at least part of the year to travel and experience other cultures and be able to, really get to know another country in a more in-depth way than you do on a 5 or 6 day vacation. So part of that is going to be talking about decluttering, but how to simplify your life in lots of ways that can just free up this part of your life post-retirement. Even though I'm wanting to start an online business, I'm not wanting to, I am starting an online business, period. And I think you all should too, which is what I will additionally be talking about and discussing some different things. I have a few videos I put on this channel last summer, and those talk, mostly focus on the online income sources or other ways to make additional income. One thing I have realized that my pension doesn't go nearly as far as I had hoped it would. And if I want to have the kind of life that I want, then I'm going to need to supplement in some ways. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that at the point that we are at here in the United States right now, I think everyone needs to be prepared to supplement their income in another way, in not working for someone else. You need to supplement your income for yourself, because our Social Security will probably be gone within weeks, possibly. And even though I don't claim any Social Security income yet, it's not going to be there when it's my turn to file for it. I am not confident, not even a little bit. So if there are people who are in your life saying, no, it'll be fine, it's not going to be fine, and you can't count on it being fine. You need to take care of yourself. Gen X ladies, we take care of ourselves. We don't wait for someone else. It's what we did always, right? Get out of the house in the morning, be back when the streetlights come on at night, and the rest of the time you're on your own, and we figure stuff out. But so there are things that I will be talking about: decluttering, online income, how much I realized that the ways that I thought I was always a failure as an adult were because I didn't realize I had ADHD, and I was working so much harder to manage the things that, like, normal people don't have trouble managing. And I was like, why can't I do it? Why can't I adult like they can? Well, now I know. So I'll be talking about what a revelation that was, and some things that maybe if you have ever wondered, could I be ADHD? I'll share some things to get you maybe thinking, oh, wait a minute. How I came to learn that I was ADHD was through watching someone else share about their own diagnosis and seeing myself in every single thing they talked about. I was like, oh, I've done that my whole life. Like, what? So, anyway, those are going to be really the main things I focus on. Right now, I probably will talk quite a little bit about health too. I have realized through a lot of experimenting and doing a lot of reading and a lot of research, and there's so much free information available from the credible, reputable physicians and scientists and researchers that you can find on here, even on YouTube. Now, people say, don't go to YouTube University. Well, have you looked at the billions of videos on YouTube? You could actually probably earn a degree in something watching YouTube videos. There's so much information available, and I think that's great. I think it's great. Why Why are we not going to want to be as informed as we can be? Like, there's no why stay in the dark when you can learn something and be enlightened. Anyway, so those are the main things I will be talking about and sharing about how I came to realize that simplifying is when through the process of simplifying, that's when you can really start to thrive, because you really dial all the way down into what you need and what you want. So I'm working on simplifying not only for my financial health, my physical health, my emotional health, my financial health. Did I say that already? Like all the things. And simplifying is the way to go. It really, I really think it is. But I just want to share with you what I'm doing, what I have done, what I've learned, and hope that you can find that same sense of, yes, this is what I've needed for so long that I have found. So simplify and thrive, life beyond 50. And let's just talk about the things and learn from each other and share and grow. That's about all I have to say for right now. I'm going to be posting videos at least weekly, and will also plan here in a few weeks to start doing some live videos where people can just come on and ask some questions. I have a whole big pile of things I need to take over to the donation center today. So I'm going to go do that today and meet some girls to go walk later. I'm going to hit the gym this afternoon to lift some weights. If you're a woman over 50, you need to be walking and lifting weights. That's the exercise you need. You do not need large amounts of cardio. You don't need high intensity cardio. You need to walk at a moderate pace and lift weights. That's really what you need. We'll talk a lot more about that too another time. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say thank you for being here. I hope I see you again soon. Leave me a comment if you have, anything you'd like me to add, or if you just want to tell me where you're watching from, or, anything like that. I would love to get to know you. I will talk to you later.